Hello everybody, my name is Chris, otherwise known as the Order Block Assassin. I am here today to talk about crypto market. So how you guys doing? Crypto market's a little bit confusing these days. There's a lot going on. We have seen a massive pump in Bitcoin, reaching a new high. So let's take a look at the charts and let's see if we can find some opportunities in the charts today. If you guys want me to be doing a TA on any coins, if you want me to review any of your recent trades, let me know. Hit me up in the chat. I'm streaming live to Twitch and YouTube and TradingView at the same time. So I'm watching all three platforms. If you have any questions at all, or any anything you want me to do any TA on, let me know. Let's jump in. So let's start with Bitcoin. As we can see, we had as I'm sure you guys are all aware. Just let me pull up my chat on Twitch. Just 1 second, everybody. Gonna get myself organized here. All right. So looking at Bitcoin, yeah, we had a huge pump. Something I wasn't expecting. I did try my hardest to jump in on this, but I had some trades down here as soon as I saw it moving. But unfortunately for me, I didn't get any of those trades picked up before it really moved up. And we have a new high. We have broken this previous high, which is fantastic news for Bitcoin. Fantastic news for crypto in general. I'm really happy about that. So to show you where this came from, this was the point that we needed to break, and we have well and truly broken that. Yeah, only by a little bit, but it's broken. It's broken, so we can probably be on the lookout now for new highs to form once we've found a lower low. Now, one of the things I did try and do myself over this past couple of days was I did short from the top here. No, sorry, I didn't short from the top. I wish I short from the top. I was looking for the new high, so I took a very small percentage risk long right here, and the price came down and showed me that that was definitely not happening, unfortunately for me. I was hoping we could continue this long all the way up. That didn't happen. So where do I think Bitcoin's going to head to now? Okay, looking at this chart in terms of supply and demand, there are 3 key points here that I've popped down on the chart here. My purple boxes here are order blocks that I've identified within key zones that I think we could see Bitcoin turn around. Now this first zone here, you may see that I don't have a current order on here. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about putting an order here. It ticked a few boxes here, right? This was a solid order block on the 4-hour level. It was the last up candle before a down candle, making this an ideal breaker block. And this breaker block was at a key level of resistance. So it ticks a few boxes there of a nice place for Bitcoin to turn around. But I personally didn't put this one through. And we have had a decent reaction of it. But the reason why I didn't put this one through was because it is, if we take a ruler from the top of the chart to the bottom of this current structure, it's sitting right there at 50%. And it wasn't quite enough discount for me to get interested in this one. It certainly isn't a level that I've identified, and we have had a reaction of it, so that's pretty good. But I think in this case, I think Bitcoin, even though we've hit a new high, we're just ranging right now. We're still in the range, and that's being pretty cleared by the rejection at the top. So you could be looking to take a short from up here and bring Bitcoin all the way down to the bottom of the range. But I'm not going to do that either, because for me, there are these 2 other key areas that I think we could see Bitcoin hit and then reach new highs. And those 2 areas are these here. So this particular zone here, I like. It's at the 60% retracement level. To show you how we found the retracement levels, we use the fib tool for that. Taking the fib tool from the side here, from the bottom of the chart to the top, we can see that this area here is in the 0.618, so roughly 60% retracement. That is an ideal level to be looking at for a retracement. We're looking for discounts here. If we want to go long, we're looking for a discount from the top of the price. And a 60% discount is right in the perfect zone that we're looking for. I like 60 to 70% personally. Now, I think we have a pretty high chance that Bitcoin could come into this zone. This is sitting in a premium. Premium is not the right word here, but it's sitting in a level of resistance that has been in the past. In fact, I'm probably going to move this stop just a little bit lower than that, because this is a key level of resistance here. So as the price comes into this zone, into this order block, probably creating its own order block as it bounces through here, it's going to reach a lot of resistance at these levels here. So this, to me, is a key point, a key area where we could see Bitcoin really turn around. And if it fails there, then of course at the bottom of the current range is the last place that I'd be putting. Now the way that I usually do my trades is I'll identify 2 to 3 areas on the chart where I think we could see a big turnaround, and each of these areas for me is a subsequent decrease in risk. So if I'm at the top of the charts and I wanted to take it further, I'll keep my risk levels low, meaning I'm only going to be trading with, say, 1% of my account size. Because trades at the top of the chart, they're not discounted, they may work, but they've got a higher chance of failure. And as the prices come down into key zones that I'll be looking to take, well, I can increase my risk to 2 or even 3%. So down here would be a nice big 3% trade, bottom of the chart, bottom of the current structure. Bitcoin price may struggle to get down this far, to be honest. I think this level here of the 618 at 22,800, I think that's a pretty good place to be looking to take a long. For Bitcoin, what do you guys think? Let me know if you've got any questions. Let me know if you disagree. I'm definitely up for chats. Let me just clear my screen here. Looking at some other coins that I've identified, GMT is a pretty exciting one for me. Why I like this GMT chart is because, relatively speaking, for GMT, we're sitting still way at the bottom of the price range for GMT. We have had a breakout right here. Price broke through this key zone twice. It broke through this next key level twice, and it hasn't yet managed to retest this one here. So this retest is definitely coming. Now from there, even though we've had the key breakout, we've had lower highs forming. So GTM is clearly in its range right now. These would have been, I think, probably after we saw this break here. So this lower high form. This would have been a key zone to start taking some shorts, but I wasn't looking at GMT in that way at the time. But you could have definitely taken shorts all the way down to here. We're sitting here at the bottom of its range. We've had a key breaker block right here, which we've already had a not too bad reaction from. So I'm thinking this is a pretty darn good level to take GMT to its previous high. Let's take a look at the fib. From the bottom of the breakout to the top, it's sitting at the 60% zone. So it's ticking a lot of boxes, this area right here. So we have, to show you some of the boxes that I like to tick, we have a 4-hour order block formed at this level here. That's tick number 1. Tick number 2, previous breaker block. Okay, it's a fantastic secondary confirmation. Third confirmation is at the 60% retracement level from its high. Right, so that's 3 out of 3. Also, we have, this is a fairly key level of resistance too. So I think it's a great option there. As you can see, it's a 4.82 stop loss ratio, which is not too bad either. So it's taken up, the stop loss is taking up a nice amount of space. Where I could get some more risk versus reward on this is by bringing my entry point down into here, which is probably something I'll consider doing. So that's an idea there for GMT. That's definitely something I'm going to be taking, and hopefully that will pan out for everybody. Alright, so looking through some of these other major coins that I've been looking at recently, we have Tron. Now Tron's an interesting one here today. It is, so we've broken through, creating equal highs, and the previous place we broke through was right here, this zone right here, which is fantastic. So we've reached those new highs. We're very bullish on Tron. So because we created equal highs, we've got stop losses up here. For people who went short on Tron at this peak, we've got stop losses, and there's going to be a lot of them right now. Okay, so I'm fairly confident that Tron's going to go higher and take those stops for sure. What's concerning me for Tron is this trend line that we've had here. This trend line has been sitting here for the past, well, how long has this been here? Since January. And it's been forming stops all along the way. And we've had, every time these candles have come down into this trend line here, stops have been placed. So what do I mean by this? I mean, people have come into whatever exchange they're on, and they're buying their longs from here. Putting their long stops right here. Now this is liquidity. This is liquidity here ready to be taken by smart money. So I am actually expecting, well, not expecting, but the way I'm seeing it is we could see Tron from this level here go all the way down to the bottom of its range. There's enough liquidity there to take. And from the bottom of its range, once those orders are cleared out, that's when we could start seeing a upswing up here to new highs. So this is the exact setup that I'm looking at for Tron. Yeah, I think that looks good. It's a very large retracement. So from the bottom of its last upswing, let's call it let's say from here. 70% retracement. It's ideal. It's ideal. So that's what I'm waiting for Tron. I'm not going to jump in until we see something like that. Now for APT, now a lot of the people in our crew, a lot of our trainers, a lot of our coaches, and a lot of our members managed to get a massive win here on APT, taking that long from here. And I think there's a lot of happy campers in our trading circle right now. So for APT, we have broken the structure here. I think it's fair to say we'll be taking that higher. I have a trade idea on right here. I didn't put this one on. Just paper trading here. It is feasible that the price could come down to here and then ricochet up. But I'm not seeing a huge reaction at this price level. So that's not a trade I'm going to take. I am going to take a trade at the bottom of the chart here. We have seen a nice big reaction come off here one time, and I'm expecting a nice big reaction to come off here again. That's one idea I'm having for APT. Alright, now for what else we got? Talk about Tron, talk about GMT, talk about Bitcoin, talk about FMT. That's the other one. FMT. This is an interesting one here. Looking at the dailies, I mean, it's got a long way to climb before we retest some of those highs, right? Interestingly enough, for FMT, we've clearly broken free of the previous structure on several places. It needs to test higher. These previous swing highs up here need to be tested, which is where I'd like to target. The pullback that we've had, and this is where I'm probably not going to put this idea on just yet. We've had this pullback from this high here into this zone right here. Is this a 4-hour order block? Let's have a look. It's a 4-hour order block right there. We've hit it once, we hit it twice, and we've had a reaction off it. But this reaction hasn't caused a new high. In fact, we haven't even managed to break this previous high just here. So we've had higher high, higher low, higher high. It'll be interesting here if we get a higher low at this point here. It might be a even low, which would be fine too. That'll put stops down here for the taking. But the interesting thing is that this even higher right here has put stops right there. So anybody who has gone short on FMT at this point has put their stops there. And that means there's liquidity to take. So I'm expecting to see higher highs form. The question is where. And this level here that I've identified is a previous resistance zone. So price was struggling to come up and break this zone many times. Now once price does manage to break that zone, we know that usually what happens is it flips. Then becomes a resistance zone for the price coming down. So this particular order block has been hit once and twice with a big reaction of it. I am going to hit it one more time. I'm going to put this order in, and we're going to see hopefully an even bigger reaction. And if not, well, we can probably see enough of a reaction to at least set this trade to break even, bulletproof it. That's the plan there. Alright, so let's look over some other coins. I have my ETH chart. Alright, ETH has, as you guys may, if you've been watching this stream before, you may have seen, just like, what was that the coin I was talking about? I think it was Tron, right? So with Tron, we've identified that we've had a trend line here form with a lot of different stop losses down there. With ETH, we had a similar thing, a trend line forming down here, and I was telling everybody, watch out for this trend line. Stops have been forming along this trend line, and just as we predicted, stops were taken out. I didn't manage to catch this particular run, which I wish I did. But what have we got? We've got a new high formed. ETH has broken free of this high, which means I'm fairly bullish. I'm very bullish on ETH. I'm just looking for the point where I can jump in on this. And given that this area down here is the bottom of the chart, that's where I want to be jumping in on ETH. We've got a 4-hour order block right here, and a 4-hour order block right here. The bottom order block, this one right down here, has been mitigated before. You could probably combine these two if the price ever does come back down below here. But I don't think we're going to see that. We've got a lot of resistance at this particular level right here. So for me, you could probably put, I think, a long right there, putting your stop below those lines and taking that to the new high, something like that. But if you're looking for a better entry, you don't need to put your order on. You can have this idea in TradingView, wait for the price to come down and show you, because it could pretty much hit anywhere in this zone here. Just because there's an order block here doesn't necessarily mean this is the one, but it is a pretty good place to pick up that long. You could increase your risk versus reward by bringing a stop loss in, knowing that if the price does come through, you're going to have to pick it up further down here. I'd probably do something like that. That seems reasonable for a 5.59 risk versus reward. I don't mind that at all. Alright, let's take a look at a few other coins. OPU, another one of our favorites over in the Onyx Crypto Training. Onyx Crypto Trading Program. Alright, so we've failed to reach a new high. We've clearly had a rejection of this price for OPU. My order didn't get picked up, as you can see here. It almost did. But it didn't quite get picked up. So that reaction, we've had a reaction over there causing new highs. Then we had a further reaction, not quite breaking those highs again. So I think, look, this order block here may get hit again. But at the same time, price could jump right back down and hit this bottom order block. I think both these trades are valid, both good ideas. I'm going to keep watching OPU. Another idea that could happen. Alright, so if we take our fib from the bottom to the top here, and you're wanting to jump in on this, the 70% zone right there, I think you didn't really even need a fib for that. But you could be looking potentially at taking that there. So you could have one trade up here, because this is a key resistance zone here. Something like that. Just in case we're wrong, just in case this order block here breaks, at least the price could come down into this order block and react off there, and your trade would still be valid. So I think that's a fairly good trade right there. And then, if all else fails, we'll be looking at this bottom zone here for which is a fresh order block at the very, very bottom of this run. But I don't think we're going to see price come down past these two zones here. I really don't think that's going to happen for OPU. All right, so for another one, we've had some good. Let's have a look over at Bybit. Just look at the trading volume. So APT, we look at that already. So we already have. ETH we looked at. Let's have a look at Matic. Actually, haven't seen Matic for a couple of days. Oh wow. Okay. All right, Matic. Well, that's gone. In this key zone here. All right. We are looking extremely bullish for Matic. We had the similar structure here where we had a trend line forming. All those stops were taken out. Liquidity was moved, and then from this point here, which was a previous resistance level, price has skyrocketed out. What could we see here? Well, I'd be waiting now for Matic to come back down, show me a higher low. So we've had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Higher low would be a key level of resistance that we'd be looking for. And well, it could be probably around this level. I would assume. I would think this would be where you're looking. Potentially, if this market trend continues across everything. And let's check a fib there. Fib top to the bottom. 60% retracement level. Yeah, I like that. Now, you need to set your stop in a reasonable position and still get a good risk versus reward. So that to me stops just below. Oh, how far down do you want to go? That's the question. Not that far. Say about there. Easy. 6.13 risk to reward. I like that. Alright. What else we got in terms of top trading volume coins? What's this one? Blur. What's Blur? $300 million in trading volume. Alright. Let's check you out. Blur. Ooh, freshy. We got a fresh coin here. I need to see what this coin does. Not that this has any impact on whether or not I'm going to trade it. I'm just interested. What is Blur? Blur. Okay. What are you? An NFT marketplace for pro traders? Is that what it is? An NFT marketplace coin. Let me just check that logo. I mean, it must be that same one. It looks similar. Okay. Looking at the price history on CoinMarketCap, yeah, it's come down a lot. Since $5 it started at, wow. Okay. Its low point was 0.87. Where are we on? Started at 0.7. Okay. All right. So it must have started here on Bybit. February 15. Does that match up with here? With this low point here? February 5th, 17. Okay. All right. So we've reached the low point in this particular brand new, pretty new coin. All right, and looks like we've. Hard to say what exactly we're doing here because there is not a lot of data to go on. But one of the cool things about new coins is they are very, very volatile once they start running too. I don't see enough data in here for me to make any trades on this one. Can't really do much with the data I have here on CoinMarketCap either. Just not enough of it. It's nice to see that it is heading up. High. Could be the lower high, but I'm gonna put this on my watch list and just watch this for a few days because there is not enough data to really look at for Blur. Okay, so look at Sol. Sol. Right, Sol. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, I did have that idea for a short for Sol. I don't know why, but it's been a while since I even looked at Sol, honestly. We are in the bottom half of his range, so good opportunity looking for longs. I would have been in a short, apparently. Would be in a short, apparently, if I had to put this order in. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I looked at it. But given the other coins are all looking very bullish, Sol is not. That's interesting. We haven't quite broken the previous, we need to break this point here. This market structure here would need to break for Sol to have a nice move upwards. How you doing, man? Fred. How you doing? Nice to see you. Thanks for watching. Yeah, it's pretty quiet here today on the streams, I must admit. Sitting here talking to myself. Glad someone's watching. Alright, so Sol has not managed to break this market structure here, which is kind of sad. I can see why I would have gone short here. I think Sol's going to drop right through. And yeah, I think we might be looking to pick it up at this key point here, which I do like. It's nice to look over previous work, and I like my work. I like this area here to pick up Sol because the bottom of this range, or the top of the previous structure here, then becomes resistance for up here. So this looks like a key level. And because we've had that kind of trend line forming, I mean, you're a believer in me? Oh, thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. Because we've had the trend line forming, we've got stops, we've got long stops all the way across here, which means this liquidity is probably going to drop from here all the way down. I would think. And as for where in this zone is going to hit, look, we've got a 4-hour order block right here. That could be the only place we get to. That one right there. That's actually where the demand is. That's where the demand is. Putting my stop at the swing low, I could bring this down into 50% of that demand level there. And from there, yeah, I think this is what's going to happen. So I'm not interested in Sol until we see these stops get taken. At the very least for Sol, it's really got to try at the bottom of the structure. And there's nothing here holding it up. That's what I don't understand. Well, not what I don't understand, that's what I don't trust. There's no structure here to the left holding up these wicks. So where is that liquidity coming from? I don't think it's going to hold. I don't think it's going to hold at all. I think this is going to drop down into here. Then we can pick up at a key level a nice big long. Now, if anyone who's watching does have anything that they want to take a look at, if you've got any coins that you've been looking at along the way, I'm free to do TA. I can stick around. We've looked at a lot of these top coins today. Let's take a look further down the list. So we got Gala, and Magic to take a look at. Magic, I think, has had a lot of good wins in our trading group. So I'll take a look at that for sure. So we're going to look at what was I going to look at? I forgot now. Gala and Magic. Gala and Magic. Look at the Magic first. Oh yeah, look at that bomb. Fantastic. Very volatile, but okay. Not a lot of data to look through for Magic, but we have had that break right here, which is fantastic to see. Okay, now this could be the start of. Oh, it's very bullish looking up there. Wow, look at that. It could go higher. Why? It's come down into this order block here. Taken all those orders, and it could go higher. If you did a long at this point, yeah, you'd be pretty happy. Pretty happy, right? But what I think is going to happen, yeah, I don't think it's going to get too much higher. I don't think. And if it does, we've still got to see it come down and make a lower high. So I'll be looking at this price structure here, waiting for a lower high to form, and I'll probably jump in there for sure. What was the other coin we were going to check out? We've done OPU Gala. Have a quick look at Gala. Looking at that, yeah, look at all that liquidity that was taken. Fantastic. Wiped out. Not a huge reaction of the order blocks so far. What are we seeing? Okay. All right. When we come into these coins, always a good idea to check your higher time frames. Start from there. I don't think I've done any TA on Gala for a while. Not in this account anyway. All right, so we have had that break. That break has been confirmed too. So we've broken structure right here, looking to take this higher, no doubt. On the daily, we have come down to this key level of support right here. So this daily order block has been driving these last pumps. And looking down into the 4 hours, we can probably refine this further. Find the smaller 4-hour order blocks, which is there. Okay, so that 4-hour order block powered this move up, creating new highs. It's come back down. Less of a reaction second time around. You have a longer. I will check. We have looked at APT already this stream. I'll be happy to check out again. Now the second time that this has come down, we've had a smaller, a bigger reaction than the previous time, smaller reaction than the first time. I don't know if this level is going to hold again, because it's been hit once, twice, 3 times, and breaking this level again. All right, so this has been broken. Previous order block down here. All right, actually, this order block started there. All right, previous order block was hit once, liquidity was taken from there to form that new high. I'm thinking this is the point here. I think that's a good point. Let's just double check with the fib. So if we're looking at where this run started, really it started from here. And this level here is just below the 618 level, the 60% retracement zone. So if I'm looking for a long on Gala, sorry. I don't know why I call it Galaxy, but yeah, I think this zone here is probably a good place to take that long. I could put my entry point halfway into this halfway into this order block, reaching for the previous high for a risk to reward ratio of 8.04. Yeah, Fred, I don't have a regular point. Honestly, I just jump on when I feel like it. Maybe I should start scheduling this, but I don't like working on schedule. That's why I'm a trader. I get to trade when I want. Alright, we will take another look at APT. Yeah, you said you were in at 14.21. Yeah, that was my. I would have been in. I would have been in. This zone here is where I did identify a key place to jump in, but I've cancelled that order. It was only 50% into the zone, so it wasn't quite at the level of discount that I would want. And looking at Bitcoin, I wasn't comfortable. This was the area of Bitcoin that we're going to actually stay. I know we have had a reaction of this Bitcoin level, but this is 50% into the zone, and we're really just ranging for Bitcoin. It's just ranging right now. Yes, we have had this new high up here, and we've broken that structure, but it's still within the range. It's not a huge, big structure break. So I think Bitcoin's going to come down, and I'm looking to pick up Bitcoin at the 618, all this level down here. And for APT, yeah, even though we've had a decent reaction, I probably would have already set this to break even, because I do feel like it could break through this quite easily. And if it does, looking at the order blocks that we've had a reaction of this order block here, small reaction, then a bigger reaction once we reach deeper into the order block. And the reaction is broken structure up here, which is great. I just don't think that this is going to be where it turns around. I think it's going to keep going down and probably even give us even lows here. But even if we just reach down a little bit into this new order block, which is within this big order block, I think we could even see, so we've got high, lower high. Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to make that, are we? That's the 15 minute. Let's have a look at that, the 1 hour. So we've had higher high, higher low. Really, at the high time frame scheme of things, this might not even be considered a lower high at this point. Really just ranging all the way down. We could see, in fact, if we're looking at the 4 hour level, let me just clean this up a little bit. At the 4 hour level, this order block has, even though it had a lot of energy, it's been hit that one time, hit twice, and it's got a lot less energy this time. A lot less energy in it. So what could that mean? It could mean price comes down. It could mean we could just be ranging. It could come back into this order block and just sit here for a little while and then range up. That could definitely be what happens, but I'm not certain. I probably would take a long here though. I probably would. If you're already in your APT, don't cancel your order. Stay in it. See where it goes. Yeah, at least set it to break even if you're worried. I wasn't comfortable with that. I didn't think it was going to hold. But it is a 4 hour order block, and it certainly has magnetized to that block. We'll see where it goes. Hey, so look, I'm going to keep this stream short today. Thanks for watching. For those of you, we've got someone on TradingView. Can we look at FTM, ADA, and FIL? Sure. Well, we have looked at FTM today, I think, haven't we? Is it up here? Pretty sure I did, but we'll look at it again. FTM, we'll look at it again. Yeah, I'm looking for FTM. I think we need to actually test this level here. That's where we're heading. And I think it could be a really quick run up to test that. So that we could see some high volatile pushes forward. BTC looks like a W, should rise. Yeah, it should. It should. I'm overall bullish. I'm bullish on Bitcoin overall. I'm just waiting to see where to pick it up from. Now for FTM, yes, it's hit this 4 hour order block, this one right here, and it's hit it once, and we had a nice big reaction off that. Hard to see where we actually had the reaction the first time. Really, it was just a nice solid run up, all the way up. Hardly retraced at all. But this was the order block that everything started off right here. That one right there. Actually, now that I look at it, that was the order block. Okay. Now, we've had a nice big reaction up there, but we've had even highs form here. Now, even highs mean we've got stops For everyone who went short, all of their stop losses are sitting right there, and they're not going to take their profits because it looks like the price is going to come down into here. And I think it's either going to react off this first order block here, and I think we could see potentially a bigger reaction this time. But my stop loss needs to be big enough to cover the lows from down here, because both of these order blocks here are potentially in play. So I'm bullish on FTM. I think we're going to test that new high. We haven't reached there yet, and there are stop losses to take. So that's what I'm thinking for FTM. We want to look at ADA. We can look at ADA next, actually. Where's ADA in terms of trading? Am I on Pro? I'm on. See, for me, I was running through the TradingView. What do they call them? The terms and conditions of streaming on TradingView, and I'm not allowed to promote our product. I'm not allowed to promote our trading group on TradingView, and tell people to go and purchase that. But what I can do on TradingView is put that in my link in my profile. So I've done that, and if you're a premium subscriber to TradingView, people can see in your profile your links and they can click them. So I'm a premium level on TradingView. You don't need to be though. You could just be a pro. Pro's fine. You don't need any more than that. But I'm just premium, just because I want people to see the link. Okay, so ADA is trading at $75 million today. It's not a huge coin in terms of volume. Preferably when we're using smart money concepts and when we're using supply and demand, we want to be looking at coins, above in the top 20 at least. And I know ADA does fluctuate. There are times when ADA is absolutely in the top 20. I'm just trying to find it here on my list. You can have it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's there. Where are you? Sometimes I sit here for just a few minutes just trying to find the damn coins. I was going to say damn, and then I thought, does TradingView allow the swearing? And then I thought, is damn even a swear word? But here we are. Where are you? AVAX, Adam, ADA, here we go. Alright. I haven't looked at ADA on this new account before, but we haven't broken this level here for ADA. This is a crucial point. So I could see the price at least coming up here to test. Just like before, we had a trend line forming here, and as we've talked about several times today, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing, trend lines mean we've got people putting in longs across whenever this candle hits the trend line, all comes close to it, people are going long, and going long means people are putting stops down here, and stops means liquidity, and liquidity is where smart money comes in to exchange their exchange whatever they want to do. If they want to buy ADA, they need liquidity. If they want to sell ADA, they need liquidity. So anyone with a lot of money who has a large transaction to do is looking at these areas here for that liquidity. Whether or not they know it or not, that's what they're doing. And as you can see here, ADA has fallen into this, so those stops have been taken. Whether or not there's more stops down here to take, that's hard to say. It's hard to say. But these stops here have been taken, which is a good sign. Usually once the order block has been cleared, like if smart money comes in, or when I say smart money, I'm talking people with large investment accounts. When they come in, when they clear the order book, it usually means we see a nice big rise because there's less orders to stop it. And we've had that here. We've had a nice big rise with a nice big break in structure here on the left. Fantastic. It's great news for ADA. So we have had a high form. The question is, where is the lower high going to form? So we've had all this build up here. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, lower high, take out of all of the liquidity, formed a base right here, and we're going up. I would think, if I'm a trading man, which I am, because we all are, well, some of us are not men, trading peoples, I would think looking at the 60% zone, we have a breaker block right here at the 4-hour level. That could be where we can pick up a long. Other than that, of course, down at the bottom of the structure here, we have this massive big red candle here, which would be at the bottom of the current structure, unless this price falls down further and takes all the stops down here. For me, well, actually not for me. Before we decide on which ones to take, we need to look at one more thing. We've identified 4-hour auto blocks and a nice big breaker block. We need to find key areas of resistance. And for me, looking at this looks to me like a key area of resistance. Price has resisted to go lower several times across the whole entire thing. Whereas for this level right here, it's a tiny, tiny level. It's not that important. It's not really that much of a key level. It's had a bit of bits and pieces. Oh, actually, you know what? It has been a key level. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty valid. A breaker block is a key level of resistance or supply. Oh, sorry, or support within a supply and demand zone. Supply or demand zones. This is this within a larger supply and demand zone? Had price push up from there, which is a fairly large demand zone. So this bottom one here is ticking a lot of boxes. This bottom trade, this top trade, it's ticking a few boxes. Okay, so both of these areas are pretty valid for me. I'd probably have, if I was wanting to take this, which I might, now that you've mentioned it, I'd be looking at these two key areas here. And the last one was FIL. Let's take a look at Phil. Right, you Phil, go. Ooh, I wish I was in along on that. Get rid of this rubbish. That's lovely. Lovely. Okay, so we've now broken this level here. Will down more BTC? I think it will. We'll take another look at that in a few minutes. As to why I think it's going to go a little bit lower. But once it does go lower, I'm bullish. I'm just looking for a good entry. Now for FIL, not FAL, FIL. Oh, this is nice. Key level of support right here. I hope some people manage to get a long right here because that is a key position to grab that long. Absolutely the key. I don't know why I wasn't looking at FIL. Let's have a look here. That's why. The volume isn't quite there for me. The volume's only at 30 million. So I'm looking at coins between 100 and 2, well, above 100 million. But having said that, that is lovely. So we'll be looking at this from now on. So where are we? We have had even highs all along here. We've been ranging. Price came back down into this breaker block. And it has ricocheted off there. Once telling us, hey, jump in on this. So when you see this kind of thing happen, price comes up off a key breaker area here, which was a resistance level. When the price comes back up through this resistance level right here, it becomes a support level. Okay, so price came into this breaker block, which is a support level, and it's ricocheted off there. What a lovely, amazing trade. So well done to anybody who took a long there. That is perfect. That is a perfect entry. As to what's going to happen now, yeah, I'm going to be waiting on this one. It's at the top of the range right now. I would be waiting to see what happens over the next 3-4 hour candles. If the price does show us that this is a top and we get a confirmation that the price breaks through a previous level, we could take a short on this. And if, I'd be looking more likely to take longs. I'd be waiting for a price retracement. And where would we take a long? From here up to there, looking at a 60% retracement. This level here looks prime. But that's not a 4 hour order block because this massive red candle right here. It is a breaker block, however. We have a breaker block right here. That seems to have created this order block. But we have a key resistance level here. Alright, so this would be the level that I'd be looking at to take a long. It's between the 60 to 70% level of the chart, and we have a very key resistance level here. The price may come down and take this. I'd be looking right there. That's not a bad place. Nice long right there. Something like that. Buy a short 20? No, definitely not. For Bitcoin, yeah, I'm not shorting from here. Look, when you're looking at where in the charts you should be entering from, take a ruler tool from the top of the chart to the bottom of the price action, of the recent price action, right? So we are ranging at the moment in Bitcoin. We are ranging from here to here. And this line here is 50%. Okay? If the price is around that level, don't take a trade. That's why I didn't take a trade at this key zone here that I had mapped. Okay? I don't trade at 50%. Price is too wishy-washy. It's not worth it. We don't just jump in on shorts. The time to take a short for Bitcoin was up here. That was the time. And if you didn't do that, don't jump in down here. Don't jump in down here. It's just too risky. Instead, because we've broken a previous high, because we've come up here and we've broken this high up here, Bitcoin's bullish. Bitcoin is very, very, very bullish right now. We need to be looking at where Bitcoin will come down to form a lower high. It could be this point here. I did have a trade idea here, sorry, and I wanted to take it, but decided not to. Just a bit too risky. I think the price is going to come lower, and my bet is around about 22,800. That's where I want to take my long. And if it folds through there, I'll be taking another long at 21,700. And where am I taking it? I want to see it come up here. I want to see this previous structure here get taken. I really want to see that. There is nothing else holding us. Like now that we've broken this, nothing's get exciting. Nothing's get very, very, very exciting. Okay, if I start to see the price climbing through here, like not even bothering to go any lower, if I start to see that this is the lower high and we see some bullish moves up, I'll be taking a long for sure. Absolutely. Alright guys, that's it for me today. I hope you've enjoyed this stream. I'll be back probably in a day or two, maybe tomorrow. We'll see. We just do charts. That's what I like to do. We do charts with supply and demand, using smart money concepts. I am a coach over at the Onyx training platform, and if you're interested in learning about that, there's a link in my description here on TradingView. And look guys, feel free to ask for more coins next time I rock up. You can just let me know and I will be happy to take your TA requests. Other than that, good luck in your trades. Hope you guys have massive success and I will see you next time.